Oh, we're back.
Are we back? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
And we're better than ever before.
Hess Truck's back and it's better than ever.
Every week we get better. We get stronger.
Did you have
faster,
those commercials
quicker.
around Christmas in Ohio? The Hess Truck?
No. That does not sound like it. No. Nope. Sorry. Disappointed.
I won't put it on because it's really annoying and it'll get stuck in your head. So, yeah.
I like things that get stuck in my head though, for a little bit.
Well, maybe I'll send it
For a
to you
little
in
bit.
private after the podcast.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But welcome.
Welcome to another episode of the After School Special Clip Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Mary.
And this is your show for video game news, commentary, and stories from our stupid little lives.
Our stupid, amazing, beautiful,
gorgeous,
sexy lives.
Never been done before.
We're so rich.
Yeah, we're so rich and
just
famous.
Filthy rich.
I'm rolling in dough. Literally, I work at a bakery.
Like literally dough. Yeah, I'm rolling in the dough they make the pizza crust for Lunchables. That's the dough I'm
disgusting.
rolling in. Yeah. Huh. Says you.
You just log out of the Google Hangout.
I'm like, no one makes offense to Lunchables.
And I'm like,
on my watch.
All by myself.
Don't
wanna be.
Don't wanna be.
Oh my god. Well, tell me about your week right now.
My week, I feel like we just did an episode
I know.
yesterday. I feel like my week was my last week that I said in the last episode, but it's been going strong, steady, and long. It's been a long week, I guess. I've been working a lot, and I've worked like 6 days, and I'm a wee tired. I'm a wee bit tired. And I've just been working on things. I've really gotten into like trying to be better at thumbnails. So I've been getting into Photoshop.
Your last thumbnail was awesome. I loved it.
And yeah, just trying to, goof around, try some things out. I think it's really fun to just go into your Adobe Cloud programs and just mess around with all of them. Because I pay for all of them, so might as well use them. Yeah, they're all super strong. I really like Adobe, their programs, just because everything's very accessible. Everything's easily laid out. There are some more programs out there that are free to use, and I completely support that, but a lot of those programs I feel like are too confusing for me, so I really like Adobe.
Yeah, it's a
so
classic.
yeah, I'm just working Photoshop. I want to get into Illustrator because that seems really cool. I want to get into like soundboards and like making that kind of music, which sounds that's the kind of music I listen to, is like synthwave,
right?
80s synthwave music, like video game music. So
we should get a soundboard for the podcast.
Cool to get into that.
Of sound effects.
We should just make full of farts.
That's what it would be. Let's be honest.
Varying degrees, wet to dry.
I know, I know there's a plugin for OBS, but I think it only works on PC. I'll have to look into it because and I'm sure maybe there's an alternative that would work on Mac as well, because I record from OBS on my Mac. I don't use my PC for this anymore, so maybe I have to go back to the gaming laptop if I want to use a soundboard, so I can fart all podcasts.
Yeah, we should just get really gassy. The gassy episodes. Yeah. That's what they're called, the gassy episodes, where we just keep trolling using farts.
It's a series of like 7 episodes where we just can't stop using the farts until they get boring 7 episodes later.
And then we stop completely and we try to get serious, and they're all just like serious sounds then.
It's like breaking news. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I was working on my newscaster voice, because the intro for last week's episode we were missing the video for, and I try to do my interpretation of a news reporter. That was interesting.
Sorry about the video last week if anyone was trying to watch. I messed up on my end, and I accidentally... I figured out that if you close the window that OBS is recording from, it doesn't record from it anymore, which makes sense. I minimized it, and it went away, and then Mary was gone. So
from the existence,
just like that.
I thought I felt weird. A little like floaty.
Yeah, I felt nebulous for a while
in the ether space. Yeah. But yeah, so that's been my week, just working on stuff creatively, working a lot and sleeping a
Yeah.
lot. So not very eventful. I'm sorry, people that were holding out going like, I wonder how Mary's week was. That's what I hold out for every week. And I'm like,
You're like, well, I didn't do anything this week,
I
so
didn't do anything. So
I also didn't do
hold your
anything this
horses.
week. I feel the same way where I'm like, I feel like we just did this and I didn't do anything interesting. But oh my god, I do have a story for you. And I can't believe I didn't tell you this yesterday when we were hanging out. But so me and my roommate are trying to get our backyard landscaped a little bit, so we can put furniture out there, do whatever. And so she had found a company to do a quote, and they came and like looked at the land and like she talked about what we wanted. And I guess it's really cool. They can use like satellite footage of the backyard to actually like build it. Like they didn't have to measure or take pictures or anything.
Wow.
I was like, okay, the
High
future's
tech.
now, I guess.
Yeah, high tech and scary a little bit.
Scary, right? I was like, oh yeah,
A little bit.
you know where I live.
A little bit. He's like, oh, I watch you all the time.
Ugh. But
I've been waiting for this.
But so and that was maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago when that happened, maybe 4 weeks ago. And then finally yesterday, they got back to my roommate with a quote. Guess how much it was?
Okay, I'm guessing just because I know the size of your backyard.
Right.
I know the location. I know everything in existence that is the universe and beyond. So I'm guessing around $5,000.
The minimum, like bottom starting, $65,000.
What? I mean,
well, and
oh
so
my
okay, I mean, and I
God.
think it's because they
Oh,
thought that they were doing
God.
like they were going to do everything, like set up furniture.
A gazebo?
Yeah, why?
A
No, literally, and
waterfall?
water the back, like well, not water the backyard, but do
Water.
like
They come in, they sprinkle
irrigation,
it. They're like,
installing electric,
Yeah.
putting down turf, which also is
Wow.
fucking expensive on its own.
fire pit.
Yeah, I think they thought
Yeah.
that, and they had like designed a whole backyard.
Oh my God. What's this place like? Don't they have like on the web? See, this is why I go to websites. This is why I request a quote. Even if I just like email them, like I just want like a plot of land, and they're just like, you mean you want a yurt, a fireplace, like a little mini football,
gathering
field,
for your cult?
like in your back? Yeah, the fire pit to throw them in. You know, that's shocking.
It was
that's so much money.
insane. So obviously we're not doing
that. Makes sense with the tech. Yeah, but that makes sense with the tech. Like I imagine them coming in like a startup. It's like a startup, right? They come in, they're like, we got this. It's like they're all wearing black. They have like stylish sunglasses. They have like briefcases that like are empty, and you're like, why are you carrying this around? And they're just like, oh no, we got this. Their little drone goes up, and then they're like, done, and they walk out. They don't tell you anything, no words. They just walk out and leave, and they send you an email. They're like $65,000.
No, that's how I felt, because I was just like, and she texted me that yesterday when we were hanging out, and I had a moment where I was like, what? And then I just like, we went back to doing whatever we were doing, so I forgot. But yeah. That happened.
65,000
was the minimum. They're like,
that's
like,
insane.
it could be up to like 78,000, and I'm like,
what's this company? I need to know for later purposes. What are they called?
I'll get it from the email afterwards.
Price gougers?
Pricegougers.com. Yard gougers.
Yeah, you gougers?
My God, wild. But so that was eventful. But yeah, I didn't really do anything else this week. Mary and I did hang out though yesterday. We went to Japantown in San Francisco, and I got some snackies. I had my croquets this morning. I threw them in the air fryer to like re-crisp them, and they were really good.
Ooh, that sounds good. I had them yesterday and today as sandwiches.
Yep. Ooh, that's smart.
Because they make good sandwiches. Yeah.
I should have done that because I had greens too. I could have made a sandwich.
Oh yeah, that's the best. I love the potato croquette sandwich. So
it's
good.
Classic.
Yeah, I love Japantown, and I love going there when it's not too busy because it gets slammed a lot of times, and it's very cramped. All like the stores are very tiny, and you know there's a lot of people because everyone wants to hang out there because it's like the coolest place in San Francisco, I think. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and it had been a while since I went because obviously since I moved, I haven't really gone back in that area in like 3 or 4 months. So it was very lovely. We had a lovely time.
Yes, I recommend the stationery shop. Mido.
Always.
Yeah, for your pens and your things you don't need, journals that you're just gonna pile up and it's gonna collect dust. you need more of those.
You do.
You don't have
You don't
enough.
have enough. Simply,
You don't have enough
there's never
journals.
enough.
No. There's not enough themed journals where you're like, oh yeah, this is so cute. I'm gonna use this specifically for this.
Nope.
And then this one specifically for that. And then this and that just go out the door. They walk away. They're like, we're done.
I feel like the only way that I would need more than one at a time would be like to have one for songwriting, have one for like writing, and then have like creative writing, and then have one for like recipes and like writing recipes down, or like how I tweak recipes, you know? Because I'm like, otherwise you don't need 20,000 notebooks. I feel like I do, but I don't.
Yeah, I bought 3 for this podcast, and I have used.
That's true. I still have this one.
Oh yeah, that one's cute.
I got it at I didn't get it at the Golden Gate Bridge, actually. I got it at a different gift shop that was run by the Parks and Rec cast.
The Parks and Rec cast? Wow.
Andy himself gave me that notebook.
I'm surprised he didn't eat it first. Should have eat it. Okay. Well, yeah, yesterday was really fun. So I'm glad that we got to hang out.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time that we jump into some news.
The news of the week.
Breaking news.
That was good. That was a good newscaster voice.
Okay, let me get my stuff sorted here on the computer. So I was frantically writing notes before this because I was very unprepared. Even though I didn't do anything this week, I acted like I was so tired this morning and like didn't do anything until right before doing this. So I want to talk about, I actually found this article right before we started recording, and it's on Screen Rant, and it's called Resident Evil Unreal Engine 5 Remake is a Survival Horror Spectacle. And so basically, to sum it up, there is a fan-made remake of Resident Evil 1 in Unreal Engine 5, and it looks really good, actually. So I want to see if I can show the video a little bit here.
Unreal Engine 5 is just so unreal.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. Like, when you actually, when you
great.
see the games that are made on it, it's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember watching the Matrix thing when it came out. That, like, when it was showing off the Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm so excited for the games that are to come from this.
And so, yeah. So I know, Mary, you can't see this because I'm playing it on my computer, but I will kind of describe what's going on. So the people who made this they made it from Jill's perspective. And so it's just kind of, you know, shots of Jill like wandering around the Spencer mansion looking for Chris. But it does look pretty good. Like, especially if you look at, obviously, the OG Resident Evil 1, and then even the remaster / remake that came out on PS3 or whatever it was, PS4, PS3. It looked good, but it still didn't obviously meet the standards of what we have here today in front of us. And so, yeah, it just looks like the environment looks really good. Character model's like okay. They don't show her a ton. They kind of show her from behind, but you know, they have the classic shot of the first zombie that you encounter that, like, when you round the corner, the head turn. They have that classic scene. And then they just have, you know, her in a bunch of different classic environments from the Spencer Mansion that you think of when you think of Resident Evil 1. So I think it looks pretty good. And I don't know. I'd have to go and read the whole article to see, but I don't know if they intend on recreating the entire game or if they're just doing this like for a video, you know?
Yeah, the kind of like how the person that made Bloodborne and did it in the PlayStation 1 style. I watched the documentary about that. But that was really cool. And I don't think they didn't do the full game. Because that would have took forever.
Yeah. I think they might be doing the full game because there's a line here. It says the Resident Evil fan remake is currently in development and there's no estimated release date, but it is happening. And I thought that it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now, do you think they are going to have like any issues with like releasing that or like because it's fan made? They would have to put it up for free, right? Or they would have to, because they can't charge for that, because then they would get some lawsuits, right?
That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, I'm
Copyright?
thinking it's going to be free because otherwise you're taking copywritten property and profiting off of it, and it's not, and it doesn't belong to you. So, and they even have, like, in the video, it says, like, all rights belong to Capcom or whatever. So I think they know. But yeah, I would imagine it would be free because otherwise they wouldn't be able to release it publicly.
And maybe the fans, this is like them. Maybe they did this, like, one of the passion projects behind this project is like motivating Capcom to just do that.
Right.
To just
I wonder if they will after. I wonder if that's their next one after Resident Evil 4 comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know which other one they could remake besides. I mean, I don't think they would remake. I mean, one of my favorite Resident Evil is Code Veronica. That was one of my favorite ones. But I don't think they're going to remake that because that was on the PS2 and it actually doesn't look that bad. It still runs pretty good. But yeah, I'm interested in that. And I will, like, if I could play this fan-made one, I will. Yeah. And it's going to be on the PC?
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would definitely play it, if it comes out and it plays well. I'd be down because it looks pretty good. And yeah, I would imagine that Resident Evil 1 would be the next game that they do because obviously it's made an incredible impact on gaming and horror games, or survival horror games. So I would imagine that would be the next one.
Do you think like a Resident Evil 9 is going to come out before one or before another remake?
I don't know. Right? Like I don't know.
Because I feel like they're dabbling in the remakes, right? Like they push out 4, which is like essentially like such a big game for them that is not Resident Evil 9, but like it's so big that it can take the place of a new one. And it's going to make them so much money that like it's going to be equal to that in some way. But I feel like I'm more excited for a 9 than I am another remake.
So, yeah, I think same.
Just because I want like, and like 8 was, I love 8. 8, like Village was great, but it was also like just a continuation of 7.
Right.
And I would like a new story.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say is like, I like the remakes. Like I liked the 2 and 3 remakes actually a lot. And I'm excited to play 4, but I'm kind of like, okay, can we pause on the remakes and like, have another mainline installment? Because I agree. Like I think 9, it would be nice to see new characters, like new environments, all that stuff. And, I agree. I love 7 and 8, but I think it's kind of like, okay, like Ethan got his games. Let's move on to like different characters, different world. But like, I don't know. Because they could continue it. Like I know he's dead, probably, based on the ending.
Yeah, he's in someone's house now as mold.
Yep.
He's just like stuck to the walls. He's like, I was mold all along.
I was the mold the whole time.
You know what? It's a new kind of virus. It infects your lungs. He infected someone's lungs because he's mold.
And he'll burst out of them.
Yeah, it's the M virus.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't know because they, they have that DLC where you play as his daughter, and they teased at the end of 8 that there would be content with her.
Yeah, I am excited for that DLC.
So
I really want to play.
But I don't know if there's going to be a separate game, like if 9 is going to be about her, or if it's again going to be a totally different set of characters and plot and everything. But I guess we'll see in 8 years.
Yeah, right. That's true. I want a female lead though. That would be nice for the next one. No, but that's really cool though. I want to check it out when it comes out, or if it's available. Maybe my PC, my gaming PC will be able to handle that. My laptop
handle a fan-made situation.
Yeah, Unreal. Even if it's on Unreal Engine 5, maybe we could set the settings to lowest as possible.
Dirt settings.
Yeah. Switch it back to Unreal Engine 1. Beta.
Yeah.
Unreal Engine Beta. No, but that's really cool.
And that's all I had about that. But the next topic I thought I would pass on to you unless you had something else to say.
Yes. No, that's all I had to say. I can jump right into that second topic. I can hop right
Get on in there.
And I will hop right in because this game is actually something that I really love, and I still love this game. And it came out, I want to say, did it come out like 2 years ago? A year ago?
I think it was a year ago.
Year ago, that's right, because this will be like the anniversary update. Anyway, so Kenna, Bridge of Spirits is getting an update and is coming to Steam, everybody. Woo! It's coming to Steam. That makes sense. PlayStation is doing those things. They're putting all their stuff on like PC now, or a lot of their things. So Ken and Bridge of Spirits Anniversary Update Edition. So essentially this is going to be a new game plus, which will allow players who've completed the game to restart Kenna's journey with all their previously unlocked abilities, upgrades, outfits, rot, etc., and take on redesigned and more challenging combat encounters. And this is from IGN. Charm stones that are individually equipable. These unique collectibles each provide different adjustments to Kenna's stats and abilities. New game mode called the Spirit Guide Trials, challenging players' skill with a variety of replayable challenges across the different categories, obstacle courses, wave defense, and boss reflex. Completing the Spirit Guide Trials unlocks outfits for Kenna, each one inspired by one of the characters she meets along her journey. Succeeding at bonus objectives within each trial can unlock color variations of each outfit, as well as some unique charm stones. An inclusive new outfit for Deluxe Edition owners. And these updates will be released September 27th, according to IGN. And I believe this is a free update for people that already have Kenna. And the exclusive outfit is only for those that have the Deluxe Edition of that. That's really cool, though. I think I was telling you, I'm a huge fan of Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I think that was my game of the year. I loved it so much. And I still go back to it. It's still installed on PS5. I haven't played it all the way through again. But I just keep it on there. It's a game I never delete.
Yeah, you just revisit it from time to time.
Yes, because it's therapeutic. You just drop in. The music is amazing. The scenery's gorgeous. It's very cinematic.
Right.
You get taken into that world. But I did have a complaint when I was playing it, when I talked about it the first time on the podcast, I think, was that there's not many collectibles. There's not really anything to kind of motivate you to explore more or get like the 100%. There's not a lot of motivation there. It's just like hats.
That's right. Hats. I remember that. Yeah.
And that was like it. So it's exciting that we're getting more stuff for it. I think I will play again just to like see what all that is, especially the trials that they have. I'll replay it. And the challenges seem like, because they had challenges on the original playthrough, but it was mainly the same thing. Like you open a chest, like monsters come out, and it's timed, and you have to defeat all the monsters in the set amount of time, and you get a rot hat, or you get like coins to spend on rot hats.
You get a hat or money to spend on hats.
Spend on hats. So there was no motivation to like complete these besides like the achievements you could get. But yeah, that'll be exciting to have like more stuff, like unlockable stuff and just like new things to do in that game. The outfits seem cool. All the characters that you meet along the way, they're very well done. I think the character design is incredible in that game. So that's exciting. And yeah, I just love that game. If anyone who hasn't played it yet, I would say it's not like groundbreaking in gameplay. Like it's pretty mediocre when it comes to gameplay. It's pretty like average. Yeah. But the story, the music, the scenery, the animation is incredibly gorgeous. And also the people that have worked on Kenna are now going to be working on someone who used to work on Naughty Dog.
Oh.
He made his own company, and I'm not going to bring up the name now because I don't want the audio to pick up on my click, click, click of my keyboard.
You typing away, you little search rabbit.
Yes, but there's a new gaming developer that just got created from one of the creators at Naughty Dog, and he worked on like the original Last of Us. He worked on some Uncharted, like one of the Uncharted earlier games, Uncharted 4, I think, too. And he and them are like working together on a new IP, so I'm excited about that. But it is crazy how long it's been since this is like an anniversary of Kenna, just how long it's been since that came out. Like it's been a year already.
I know. And it's weird. It feels like it's been longer. Because I remember when you were playing it and like you were falling in love with it, it feels like that was like ages ago, but it literally was only a year ago.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it was 2 years ago. I was like, 2 years?
I'm like, nope. Wrong.
Sorry, I'm taking a sip of drink.
A sip of drink. Drink one.
Yes. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And September 27th. I feel like next month is crazy.
Oh yeah.
There's so much stuff going on. Like releases, so many game events. So that's not surprising that it's coming out September 27th.
Yeah. I think it'll be nice too with
Yeah.
the game events, because it's been a while since we've talked about game events on the channel. Like we always tend to just kind of talk about tidbits from the news that we find to be interesting or up our alley in terms of news stuff. But yeah, it's been a while since we've actually reported on any actual like showcases and stuff like that. So
yeah, it'll be nice because maybe like we'll split up. We'll be like, you cover this, I cover that.
yeah, I think that'd be fun.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I am excited though. That's all I had to say about Kenna. Just that I'm really excited to play it again, and it's still downloaded on my PS5. So it's, I'm just gonna install the update and be ready to go.
I have a side note to go off of that. So I've been sort of going kind of crazy because I got external storage for my PS5. I got a terabyte of external storage. So now it's just like anything I download, I just leave it. Like reckless abandon, I just leave it. I'm like, I can just have this.
That's freedom. That's
it really
freedom.
is. It reminds me of like, being able to look at all of your save data on a memory card on your PS2.
Oh, I love that.
Because I'm just like, look at all these games. And I don't have to delete any of them because I have a terabyte of space and the 500 gigabytes of internal storage on the PS5. So
that's amazing. That's good.
I thought I'd share.
That's inspiration. Thank you for sharing that. That's great.
Thank you so much for sharing with the class.
Thank you so much. That's funny you were talking about the PS2 memory card though, because I don't know if you saw my Japanese PS2. One of the memory cards that I bought at the game store that I bought the PS2 at had memory already on there, and I think it's so fascinating looking at other people's like saves on a memory card. Something so special about that. It was all full, so it was completely full. There was no room on it. All of it was Final Fantasy X.
Oh my god, you're like, is this my memory card from my childhood?
Yeah, it's like all of it. And
amazing.
I was like, wow, this person went ham on Final Fantasy X. So deleted all of it except for one file. Yep. I kept one because at the very end, like the one with the most amount of hours, kept that one out of pure respect.
Oh yeah, you should go in.
Admiration.
You should get. Do you have the PS2 original one?
Final
Fantasy X.
Or 10. Do I? No, I think I used to, but I don't anymore.
That was one of the ones that I've told the story of my unfortunate selling of all of my games. That was one of the ones that got sold, and I kind of want to try to get it.
Yeah, I think that one is reasonably priced because it did so well.
Yeah.
I think that one's reasonably priced, but I don't see it often. Now that I think about it, when I go to game shops, I don't see it often. There's a game shop near you.
I know there is. Yeah.
That's the one I bought my PS2 at. The guy's super nice there.
I know. I really need to go. We should go sometime.
Yeah, it's called the Experience Share. If anyone's around that area, Oakland, Alameda area, it's a really cool game shop. They have a lot of imports. They also just have a wide selection. I feel like, and the customer service is great.
Yay.
They're really great people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and they also do mods. So if you have any kind of mods you need to do, some older systems, unlock that shit. Get all of it. Jailbreak
do it.
Just play every region because I feel like that's the best.
It really is.
Because it is the best because this also leads into if we're done with the news section of the podcast,
we can move on.
This gets into the games we've been playing because this relates to what I was about to say. Because we played Silent Hill 2.
We did.
The OG on the PS2, not the remaster. So, and I think I was able to do that because I could afford it because my Japanese PS2, the Japanese version of Silent Hill 2 on PS2 is only like $40-$50
right,
as opposed to 200 plus or like,
right,
for all those games. So I think it opens the door for like when you mod like imported consoles, you can buy games that are cheaper.
Yep.
And like European and Japanese games tend to be cheaper. The only problem is you run across is translations and
and
being able
language
to understand
and blah,
it. Yeah, but luckily the Silent Hill 2 and 3, they have English on
That's
it.
right. Yeah.
So it's already like built in, so you don't have to like do anything except navigate the menu.
Right.
Like at first,
but you can figure it out. You're a smart kid.
You can do that. You're about to play Silent Hill 2. You can figure it out.
That was really fun. Because the last time that I had, I didn't play, but we watched Jess and Jan on Giant Bomb play through the like fan modded version of the remakes. So it's like terrible because it's not the original licensed music. It's not the original voices. Like, you know, and there's a whole, we could probably do a whole episode on how those games, the remakes or remasters came to be.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of crazy. But so it's just, they're worse. Like, they're just worse. And I forgot because I hadn't played the original in so long that when we put it in, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, the music hits. The sound design is so scary. It's so good. Voice acting is terrible, but it's like, you know, that's the in a good way, right?
Yeah.
Where you just feel uneasy all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, the fog. There's something about that fog in Silent Hill.
And the booty on those monsters.
The original. Yeah, really supple. Fleshy. Yeah. They're letting it all hang out. But I really loved the music, the atmosphere. Because I feel like the remasters, like they don't get the fog right.
Yeah.
And like that's a main character in Silent Hill.
It really is. And also they changed the animation. I forgot, and I noticed this when we were playing. They changed the animation for killing the monsters, where like you in the originals James kicks them, and then Harry which one? James? James, right? In the second one, Harry's the first one. Where James kicks them, but then in the remakes he stomps on their head or whatever. But I like the kick. It's much more aggressive, honestly, in the OG. Yeah,
and I feel like that's more James' personality. Yeah. He just kicks things. He's like, Rawr. He like hits things with the bar, and he's like, doesn't open, kicks things.
Yeah, we were swinging that piece of wood around, trying to see if we could hit anything, and then we were like, oh, we have to go get the key.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. And the puzzles, we only are just starting on the first puzzle, which we put it on. What do we put on? Hard, the most extreme. We put on the beginner game level,
but hard riddle,
but extreme like puzzle level.
We're so fucked.
Trying to, we're like, we got to give ourselves breathing room when it comes to the game,
right? Because all the monsters are one hit kill on beginner mode, but like
puzzles are gonna be like, we're gonna be like,
and we just got to the grandfather clock puzzle, the first one. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then I want to find out if we could start streaming it, because that'd be nice to be able to play.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Stream Silent Hill.
Yeah, I miss streaming.
Yeah, because then October's coming up, the spooky month. We gotta play spooky games for the spooky month.
I know, we said we wanted to do that last year, but we didn't.
We should make that a resolution for this year. A late year resolution.
Although last year we did have fun. We should do Mad Libs again.
Yeah,
because that was pretty fun, and that we can stream easily. We don't need to figure out a game setup.
Did you do? No, it wasn't me and you. It was me and our mutual friend. We were on the stoop, and we did adult Mad Libs.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't know how many times I just used the word, like the letter 69, and like
boob.
You know, boobs. Yeah.
Boob.
It was just like 69 boobs, 69.
Penis.
Every time there was a letter. Yeah. It was me and our mutual friend. And like we were dying.
Oh yeah, laughing your ass off.
It was and then I was like, wow, my ass looks great. I laughed it off.
Yeah, it's gone. But
it's gone.
It's ripped because I laughed so hard. It's like
I could crack more than an egg. I could crack
2 eggs.
Making breakfast. Breakfast for 2.
But have you been playing anything else besides our little vacation to Silent Hill?
The Looker. So that game's hilarious. I don't know if anyone, like, have you heard much about it or like seen gameplay from it? So have you ever heard of The Witness?
Yes.
Okay, so The Witness is a very serious game, and it's like a puzzle game. And this is kind of a play off of The Witness. It's called The Looker. Love that. But you're essentially same concept. You're doing puzzles. But the puzzles are like ridiculous, and they're like they're hard, like they can get very difficult, but it's like tongue-in-cheek humor the whole time. It's not really serious. It's very funny and get really deep at some parts, but it's hard to explain really. But you have a pen essentially, and there's a puzzle, and it's like, you know how those maze puzzles where you have to start and like finish and you have to draw a line through it to connect? That's basically a lot of the puzzles in the game, except it'll be weird. It'll be like it'll appear that you can't get to the end, but really you just have to like insanely scratch up the whole page and you get through. Like it's puzzles that like it's meant to be funny or strange or like, you know. And I like that. I like the tongue-in-cheek kind of humor.
And it's like is it intentionally designed in that way?
Okay. Yes. And the voiceover is hilarious because there's a guy narrating. He's like talking to you the whole time. And when you're like close, he's like, ugh. Like he makes like sounds. Yeah. He's like, hot.
Hotter.
Cold. Like.
Cold. So hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love it for that aspect too. And I just want to play more of it. But yeah. I haven't really been playing many other games besides that. I know next month starts to be the month of like releases and like buying things. I want to play Kirby's Dream Buffet.
Me too.
I want to play that so badly because it looks so fun and cute and the food looks incredible. I was watching gameplay footage of that game and I was like, I want a cookie.
Yeah, I just want one cookie.
I want one cookie.
Just one.
One chip ahoy. That's it. Yeah.
It does look very cute. I think I'm going to get it when it comes out.
Yeah. It's funny that I'm going to buy that, but I didn't buy
the other, Forgotten Land, Forgotten City.
The Forgotten Game.
Yeah, the Forgotten Game in your book.
The Forgotten Game. Yeah. I didn't buy that one, but I'm like, Dream Buffet. Little
food and
game.
Kirby.
Yeah. It's dream come true. Wow. He just thrives in an environment that's beautiful and pastry up.
Yeah.
I think
it's meant
so.
to be.
Yeah. But that's about it.
Yeah, I also haven't been playing that many games. Besides us playing Silent Hill 2, I did finish Heavy Rain. I mentioned last week that I was playing it for the first time and was actually really enjoying it. Again, it's the voice acting is kind of camp and some of the scenes are really campy. But I feel like it does have that like so bad it's good from time to time that you're like, okay, I can't hate this. It's actually good. And like the story wasn't that bad. I again was actually kind of shocked at who the murderer was.
Yeah, you don't expect it. Yeah. Spoiler, if anyone hasn't played this really old
from 2016
game
or whatever
on PS3, yeah. It's the detective. The detective is the one.
Yeah, the private investigator
kidnapping these people and and then helping out the parents of the kidnapped. Quotation. If you're not watching and you're just listening, I'm using my air quotes.
Me and Mary are using gratuitous air quotes.
Yes, very gratuitous.
But
yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, like I was actually kind of surprised because they did a pretty good job of writing him to be like the good guy who's like, I used to be a cop and I just want to like help the families of the victims. And then you get to the end and it's like, oh, it was fucking private investigator. Like, of course he fucking can help the families because he's the one who did the murdering.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm also looking up Quantic Dream because they're the creators of Heavy Rain.
They also did Detroit Become Human.
Yes, and then the director behind that's David Cage, so he does all of the games. And I'm just trying to look up real quickly if they're coming out with any new ones because it's been a while.
It has been a while
since Detroit came out, and I feel like he was releasing games every once in a while, but now
it's been a while.
I don't think so. There's no like any news at all about like a new game by them, which
like, kind of maybe shocking. There is something and it's just on the down low. I mean, there's probably something.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, maybe next week we'll find it out at Gamescom. Who knows?
Stay tuned. But yeah, I did really like it. There were a couple things I didn't like, which was having to hold R2 to walk. I'm like, what a stupid mechanic! Like I didn't like there was no reason I could think of to have it be that way. You know what I mean? Where it's like, why can't I just move the joystick and walk?
I feel like he did that. He also did that in Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy. I keep calling it Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit's the Japanese and European release. Indigo Prophecy is the US. That's what it's called here. But he did that in that game too, and I think it's a deliberate choice. And I'm just guessing. This is just me, but David Cage he's a very cerebral person.
Mm-hmm.
He seems very like he wants things specifically in a way that he likes,
Right.
you know. And I feel like maybe he did that because he knew it would take more thought, and he knew it would take more like emphasis, and you would have to think about it. And then maybe he was like, well, this will involve the player more in the movement,
Right?
That kind of thing, because you have to think about it.
Well, because there is also
time,
sorry to cut you off, because there is also QuickTime events that involve like pressing 7 buttons at once, and I'm like doing finger yoga trying not to fail this QuickTime event.
Yeah. But at the same time, it is incredibly annoying, so please stop doing it. Please stop putting R2 as walk.
Yeah, I just
please stop.
But and speaking of QuickTimes, I actually thought the QuickTime events were pretty good, because again, like you were saying, it kind of brought you into like being involved in the movement of the character, because oftentimes it would be like you hold down like circle and you like grab like let's pretend that I'm like climbing something, like you press circle to like you grab, and then like you have to push up on the pad or on the joystick, and then you have to press like, let's say like L1 all at the same time to pull yourself up. Like I definitely thought the QuickTime events were really thoughtful in the way that they paired with the actual movement of the characters. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, because wasn't one of those like he spoilers again for the gameplay and the storyline, but there was a part where he went to like this torture place to find his kid, because he was trying to find his kid, and he has to like cut off his hand.
Oh yeah, he has to cut off his fingertip.
Yeah, he gets the option, like he doesn't have to,
right.
But you in the storyline you can choose to,
right? Because you have I think it's like 5 addresses where you have to go and like torture yourself, and
yeah,
and like each time you do it, you get part of an address to where your son is, and he is locked in a cage that's filling up with water.
Yeah, I thought that whole like torture like area going to each place, that was really interesting. I was like, I really like that. I was like, I mean, I didn't like watching it.
No, but
like that was very anxious. I was like,
yes.
Oh, this is horrible.
They were very like very what's the word I'm looking for?
Anxiety inducing?
Well, yes. Yeah, it was very anxiety inducing. And just like, because there was the one where you have to like army crawl on glass.
Yeah. Oh, that one.
And you have to do, and the one, like the thing about that one that did it for me was like, you as a player want to just like push through it and like just go through the glass, but you can't, because it'll like bleed you out. So you have to half push the joystick to move forward and like slow crawl. So it takes you like 5 minutes to get to the end of that part, and then your like arms and your knees and everything are all torn up and bloody. And I was just like, fuck, man. I was like, these people are sadists. Whoever the narrative designers were are evil.
Yeah. Seriously, because those like torture things, like there was some of the worst. They're worse than some of the Saw movies.
Yeah.
I've only seen 2, so I don't really know. But yeah, that was rough when I first played that game when it came out, because again, I've been a fan of Quantic Dream for quite some time, and I was just like, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was overall pretty good. I enjoyed cool, my experience, and maybe I'll play Detroit next, because I know I didn't play it with you, but I think I watched you play like the second half of the game.
Yeah, the second half.
So I kind of want to play it from start to finish on my own, and also like make my own choices.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a game also you can just replay, because there's so many different things that can happen. I killed off one of the characters, so you didn't even get to see one of the characters, because I killed him
like so early.
Yes, accidentally. I was so pissed. I was like, oh my god.
Fuck.
So be careful. That game, it's easy to kill.
Yeah, but I do like, because, and I was saying this to you yesterday when we were hanging out, I wish that Heavy Rain had the narrative tree at the end where you can actually, you can look at it anytime, right?
Yeah, you can look at it.
Yeah, I wish that it had that where you can look at it and see like all the branching possibilities based on the choices you've made throughout the game.
Yeah.
Because I like with Heavy Rain, because of how I fucked up, I didn't even get the dad to his son. Like I was the woman and I saved the kid with the FBI detective.
Okay.
And like the dad, he didn't even get there. I didn't kill him, but I got the wrong address because I didn't pass one of the torture sequences. So I got the wrong address when I guessed. And if you guess the wrong address, you run out of time. So it ended up being the journalist, I can't remember anyone's names, sorry. The journalist and the FBI investigator both converging on the scene, saving the kid.
I'm curious, did you hook up with the journalist?
No.
The dad and the journalist?
Nope.
Did they meet?
Yes.
Did they like? Because
there was one scene
stuff
where you had the option to kiss her, and I chose not to, and I feel like that was why I didn't hook up with her.
Yeah, but I think I didn't do all of the torture. I didn't pass all the tortures, but somehow I think her and him, when they're together, they like teamed up and they found.
That was the other thing, because there and that was the other place where I fucked up, was because there was a point where you're playing as her and she has the option to call him and be like, hey, this is the address, I'm going there, meet me there. Or it's like, I don't have enough time, like I just have to go. And I chose that because I was like, I don't want the kid to die. So I was like, I'm just gonna and I feel like had I called him and been like, hey, here's the address, all three of them would have been there.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I think I failed a lot of them, or I didn't do them. I decided not to do the torture thing. I think one time or whatever. And then I think the reason why I was like in the car, like trying to decide where I'm going, the address. And then I think the call came through and then, but because the detective didn't make it in mine, he died.
Oh, damn. How'd he die?
He died early.
What did you do?
I'm trying to remember. It's been so long because I played it when it came out.
Oh, okay.
Like day one. So that must have been, how many years ago? It was like 2016. Was it 2016?
I think so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there were like any parts where you could have killed him that I can think of, and I don't remember.
Oh, because he was addicted. He was an addict.
Oh, did you choose to do drugs too many times?
No, I didn't do drugs at all. I don't do drugs. Chris. I don't do drugs at all. I love how this is becoming heavy rain discussion.
Well, yeah, sorry, because it's such it is a really well designed game, so I like talking about it.
It's very interesting. There's so many layers to it. It was when he was trying to figure out, because you like go into that headspace to like try to figure out the evidence, right? And you're at your desk in the room. I think if you don't get the evidence, if you don't get enough of it, or if you don't do it fast enough, he dies.
Oh.
He like bleeds, like blood starts coming out of his nose.
That's right, yeah.
He has an attack on the ground, he dies.
Huh.
That's what happened.
That's interesting, because I had a couple nosebleeds, but like, I mean, he made it to the end, like I said, but there were instances where where you're playing as him, where you have the option to take the drug, and I chose not to.
Yeah, that's what I did too. But I think at that point that I was at, I feel like because I didn't have enough evidence, or because I didn't have time, either or, I don't know. This before, like, I didn't even look up any other like wikis or like walkthroughs or anything on this game. Even now I haven't. But I think what happened, I'm guessing, is that I didn't have a choice. He used the drugs in the cutscene. Okay. He OD'd. That's how he died. He OD'd. But I didn't choose to. I didn't have a choice. Okay. He just started doing it.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe I collected enough evidence that like it kept him occupied, so he didn't take drugs as much or something.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
See, again, this is why I wish that you had the narrative tree in this game, and I feel like that's why they added it to Detroit, because it was probably like people want to know like what all the possibilities were. Especially when you have those moments where you're like, I wonder what would have happened if I did this instead.
I know. Yeah, that makes me talking about Heavy Rain really makes me want another Quantic Dream game.
I really hope there's another one in development. There probably is.
Yeah. Oh, aren't they making? Sorry, they're making a Star Wars. Are they making a Star Wars game?
Yes, they are. Making, I think they are.
Yeah.
I think. Hold on.
I'm pretty. Yeah, they're making something like a big one. Like I was like really excited for it. Are you looking at it?
I am. You can hear me clacking. Star Wars Eclipse.
I can't. Star Wars
That's
Eclipse. Right. Okay. Then there is one. Yeah, I'm so
That's really funny. I wonder it'd be funny if they put the like mechanics of Heavy Rain and Detroit like into a Star Wars game.
Right? And like the themes and like the nakedness, like they're just taking showers, like characters.
And then you have like, the option to fuck your sister or not.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I hate sand. God, yeah. That's gonna be cool. I'm
I feel like
excited
it's
for
gonna be
that.
pretty well done. And yeah, we've only seen
Oh
like
my
the very
god.
brief preview, I think like a year ago, and we haven't seen anything since. So I hope it's going well.
That's why I forgot. That's
Yeah,
why I
because there's
forgot.
been
I
no
totally
follow up.
forgot.
It was just that
It's been in the
quick
back of my
spot, like that
brain.
30-second spot of Star Wars clips. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Because when I saw that originally, I was like, I blew my. First of all, I was like, Quantic Dream and
Yeah,
Star
right?
Wars? I was like, this. Like, a Quantic Dream is a very niche crowd of people that play those
Right.
games. It's a very niche, like, a lot of people make fun of, like,
I know.
like those games and, like, people that play them and that like them. And, like, it's just so weird. Something so, like,
Mm-hmm.
mainstream is being made by Quantic Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like
just
the
strange.
narrative of it will be really good because Quantic Dream is good at designing narratives. So I think
They are.
I think it's gonna be good. I'm not I don't care about Star Wars. I'm not a fan. Like I'm not anti Star Wars, but I don't care about Star Wars, so I don't know if I'll play it. Because there's
Yeah.
also like 6 Star Wars games in development right now, and I'm like,
Yeah. And I feel like all their release dates are going to be pushed way back.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I'll thank you for talking about Heavy Rain. I think I'm going to start playing Indigo Prophecy on PS2.
Ayo.
Go back
Yeah, I
to
think I'm
it.
gonna play Detroit
Where it all
in
started.
my free time before September rolls around, and I have way too many games on my plate.
Yeah, me too. All
Well,
right.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, those were our little tasty tidbits.
Yeah. So thank you as always for listening. We appreciate it. There will be video this week because I did not make an oopsie this time with the recording. So if you missed the video last week, do not worry. We'll be back. I washed my hair today. It looks luscious on camera. So please leave a comment about how beautiful my hair is. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Gotta leave a comment on Chris's hair.
But yeah, you can listen to us anywhere the podcasts are available. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, literally anywhere podcasts are available if you want to listen. And if you want to watch, just search After School Special Club in YouTube and come have a blast with us.
Yeah, we love to have you. We'd love to have
you over.
We love you.
We love you.
So much. Even if we don't know that you're listening or can't see you or hear you at all.
We're in love.
We love you anyway. Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you for being here.
Well, on that note, goodbye.
Bye.